excited when Jeff told me that he ran into you last week. Dana Cummings is here.
Outstanding, thank you.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
And I see you're wearing an Ampsurf hat.
I am.
Are you getting the band back together?
Trying to get the band back together. Yeah, back running Ampsurf again and living the dream and the Central Coast here. And yeah, life is good.
What I remember about you, you got a pretty cool award with Ampsurf.
Yeah.
Was it a CNN Hero Award? Is that right?
Yes, the CNN Hero Award, almost a decade ago now.
But you're a CNN hero. I mean,
once a hero, always a hero.
It's like you're on CNN. I'm getting ready one morning for work to come in here, and this is on, and they're playing this snippet, and they're talking about you can get this whole story online, or you can wait till later when it comes on. And I was just like, wow, that's really something else. Let's go back and talk about what Ampsurf is, because not only has it launched something great to do something for other people, but it's kind of started a movement helping out vets. But I'll let you kind of explain what it is that you guys do.
So Ampsurf, we are a nonprofit. We teach anyone with any type of disability, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, intellectual. We teach them how to surf as a form of therapy. It's called adaptive surf therapy, and it really has exploded not only here on the Central Coast but around the world. We were able to help with the ISA to get surfing into the Olympics, which has just been put it on, had growth exponentially for the adaptive surfing. And, we've got 3 chapters now, one here, the original chapter here in Pismo Beach. And then we've got one in New York, one in New England. And so we have events going on across the country all through the summer months.
When you say it's in the Olympics, it's going to be in the summer games, or is it in the para? Is it what are they?
So it'll be in the summer games 2020. I think it's in Japan.
Okay.
And they'll have surfing during the regular Olympics, regular surfing, and then during the Paralympics they'll have para surfing.
Okay.
So every Olympic sport has to have a para parallel to it. And so so it'll be in the.
How cool!
It's amazing. It really is.
Is Japan known for their waves though?
Yeah, they've got great waves.
Oh, they do?
They do.
No.
Some of the best surfers out there are actually Japanese surfers. They've got phenomenal waves.
What does that mean for summer Olympics locations moving forward? Like you've got to have waves.
You got to have waves, yeah.
Or a wave machine.
Or a wave machine. Like, for instance, there's a contest I'm trying to go to right now in Wales, and they have a wave. It's called a wave garden. It's like the one that Kelly Slater has out the road.
Yeah. We've all seen that on social media. Have you seen this thing?
Yeah, it's on the way out to Fresno.
And it's cool, because it looks like it's a tram or something that runs along the back, and it creates the wave.
It creates the waveform. And so I think that's how cities and stuff that don't have, beach locations will get around that.
It'll be wave gardens.
It's a different experience, though. Completely different. It's not the same. It's fresh water, so it's a lot denser water. So when you go down, it holds you a little more. And stuff. So it's a different experience.
So people that are used to surfing the waves in the ocean, are going to have to figure.
They'll
out
have to train. They'll have to. Kelly will get more people out the ranch training.
I'm sure he has enough.
I'm sure he's got plenty. Yeah. I'm sure he's not hurting at all in any way, shape, or form out there.
So ampsurf.org, and that's AMPSURF.org. Now you're putting on clinics, and you have one coming up this weekend.
Yeah, so we've got clinics throughout the summer, but we've got one coming up just this next weekend on Saturday, and we've got plenty of slots open for participants. We actually had a few people back out, so.
Now, do you have to be a veteran? And you have
no, so that's the thing. And honestly, that's a misconception for the Ampsurf, is that we serve everybody, whether they're a veteran, non-veteran, just anybody with any type of condition or disability, whether that's physical, mental, intellectual. We want to get them out in the water. So like our youngest participant to date was 4 years old. Our oldest was 89. And we work, kids with autism, amputation, paralysis, depression, PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, blind, deaf. I'm teaching a kid from Morro Bay right now how to surf who's blind.
So special needs would work as well if they have anxiety issues or disorders or whatever?
Yeah, any special needs. Like on May 3rd, I'm doing a big event with the Special Olympics out at Cuesta to recruit more kids with special needs and stuff coming out to our events.
Have you talked to the folks, and we bring them up all the time because we think they do such great work, Jack's Helping Hand?
We have, actually.
Oh, okay, I was like, we'd love to. Okay, that makes
we need to plug in more with them.
They help all kinds of different.
We've talked to them in the past. We need to plug in. I'll be honest. We need to plug in more.
Well, we can help you do that.
That would be great.
We can help you do that because they do such great work, and they do work for kids that have either a disability all the way up to having a life-threatening disease, and they do such an amazing job with it. And when you started talking about that, I thought, this might be neat for them. They're building this park in Napomo for these kids, and the fact that they might be able to go out and get in the water with a surfboard, I mean, that would probably be crazy fun.
Well, one of the things too, I've been trying to key on this spring is, those special needs kids, they turn into special needs adults. And so like I've reached out to Achievement House and other groups that are working with adults that are living with special needs and trying to get them out in the water more too. Like we go down to San Diego every year and we do this Camp Wet and Wild, and we say the kids, but the kids range from age 7 to 39, you know? And so there's a whole group out there that we really want to reach, and that is definitely those special needs folks. It's
a interesting sport in the terms that I've played several sports as I've grown up, and I didn't try surfing until adulthood when I moved here. But the adrenaline rush that you get, and just the overall feeling that you get from surfing. And believe me, when I was surfing, I was not like a good surfer or anything like that. Yeah. I was just going out there and getting in contact with the wave.
What gave you the adrenaline rush? Like being able to stand up?
Just being out there. Just being. I don't know. I can't explain it, to be honest with you. Maybe Dana can, but I mean, it is one of those things that.
You're in the ocean. It's wild, and you're riding this thing, right?
But you feel like you have this, like almost a post-sex glow when you're done.
Yeah, no.
It's true. It's crazy.
It's for me. Okay, so I always, you know, I get asked what's the best, you know, way. The best 2 waves I ever caught in my life was after being in the hospital 4 months, losing my leg. The first 2 waves I caught, I wrote them in laying down Oceano, and I just feeling that rush of that wave picking me up and carrying me, and feeling that freedom that I felt. And I think a part of it is that you can't think about, and I think this is why it's so healing, is that you can't think about anything else in that moment. All you can think about is staying on that board, feeling that wave push you. Because if you and all those things that, you know, weighing on you, whether, you know, if you're dealing with PTSD or whatever, and you know, all that stuff that's been weighing on you just fades to the background.
That's absolutely correct.
And that to me is the healing part of the ocean and surfing, is that you can't focus. And then the post-sex glow, that smile, like the best surfer in the water is the one with the biggest smile. Well, that smile comes from that almost that same type of euphoric feeling that you get.
Yeah, I can see the health benefits of surfing. Mainly good exercise, yes. Obviously, it's awesome exercise, but also the mental benefits that you get from it are inexplicable, but they're there.
Yeah, no, totally. That's why it's so great for people that have experienced traumatic events in their life, whether it be, you know, like myself. Okay, so I've got PTSD from my time in the Marine Corps, but I probably also have some from losing my leg, and you know, whether you're someone who's suffered sexual trauma or
give people
limb loss
a little background. You did not lose your leg in the service.
No, I did not. I lost it actually here going down the 101. Yeah, the person pulled a U-turn from me on the freeway. Did 2 tours in Sandbox, not a scratch.
Yeah,
and on the outside, and that's why like we talk a lot about people, and we've incorporated into our training is that a lot of injuries you can't see physically; they're on the inside, and so that, and again, to me, yes, it's great physical exercise, just like you said, but the mental health aspect of it is worth 10 times.
Far beyond what anybody would imagine. Ampsurf.org. Volunteer. If you need volunteers still?
Always need volunteers, and you don't have to be a surfer to volunteer. We train our surf instructors, and if you can hand someone a bottle of water on the beach, hand them a towel, if you can just hang out with someone and say, hey, how was it out there, and talk to them, you can volunteer with them.
What about, you know, people that do, you know, that want to be involve somebody they know, but they don't have a wetsuit, they don't have a board. All this stuff is provided. You guys,
so the participants, they don't. All they got to do is show up. Okay. We provide all the gear for them. We want them to show up with a positive attitude. But even if they don't show up with that, we'll turn it around and give them a positive attitude, because it's a great time. We just want the participants to come out there and experience it. And they can sign up online at www.ampsurf.org. That's ampsurf.org. And volunteers can sign up also there.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor Ampsurf, I noticed you got a bunch of sponsors, so you can go to ampsurf.org and you can see them all. But maybe financially you would love to contribute to this, or find out how you could be involved, but maybe you physically don't have, aren't able to do it. That's another way that you can help out. Ampsurf.org. You can check that out. And this Saturday, the 13th.
Yeah, this Saturday, the 13th. And just on that note of the sponsors, you know, Ampsurf doesn't exist without 3 key components, and that's our participants to come out and trust us, to learn with us, our volunteers that help them in the water and on the beach, and then our sponsors. This whole program, everything takes money, and it takes a lot of equipment, it takes permits, it takes insurance, all that stuff. We average out about $192 per participant a day to do the events. And so if someone can sponsor someone to come out, or just sponsor the program in general, we can always use it, and we want to help promote you and thank you for helping us, and all of our sponsors that are there.
I saw you brought us a couple of hats. Do you want to pick one?
I defer to you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know how Dana's wearing his hat there? You notice that?
Yeah.
Flat bill.
I know. I'll curve mine.
Are surfers like skaters? And you know, do you guys dress alike? Okay.
Yes. And half my closet has flat bills and half has rounded bills.
The old school. All right, Dana, thanks for coming in. Go to ampsurf.org. You can find out more.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.